Now, understanding the fundamentals of design is like having a superpower in graphic design. Seriously, it's the key to unlocking creativity and making your designs high quality. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of poster design. Now, posters, they're like the rock stars of graphic design. They're everywhere, and there are a lot of ways to tackle them. But guess what? Knowing the principles behind them ensures your visual communication is not just good, but strikingly effective. In this video, we're going to peel back the layers and explore the nitty-gritty details of poster design. So why should you stick around? Because by the end of this video, you'll be looking at poster design like a pro. It's not just about making something pretty, it's about crafting a visual story that packs a punch. If you're new to design or an aspiring designer, you're really going to like this one. By the end of this journey, you'll be armed with insights that will elevate your poster game. Are you ready to unveil the secrets? I know I am, so let's get into it and dissect the anatomy of poster design. Now, when we think of the anatomy of the poster, there are a few things that may come to mind initially, such as type, image, and composition. And of course, you would be right. However, there are lots more to keep in mind. So when it comes to the anatomy of poster design, I like to think there are three key parts to keep in mind. 1. Poster foundation. 2. Poster visual elements. And 3. Poster composition. These three key parts combine to make the anatomy of poster design. Now here I have an anatomy of poster design checklist, which I have created, which I can turn to remind me of the things I can include to make my design process for poster design easier. If you would like to get your hands on this anatomy of poster design checklist, see the link in the description. So let's take a look at what makes up these three parts. Okay, so starting with poster foundation, first we have the most basic part of a poster, and this is surface area. I know, not one you would normally think of, right? It's the surface area that defines the space in which you will work with. Typically, in small formats, you may be working with anything from a small sheet of paper to a huge billboard. This can affect the amount of content you include to the scale of the elements involved. So next we have margin. Now this is the space that runs around the outside of the surface area of your poster and typically sets the space that all visual elements are contained in. Margins provide breathing space. They enhance readability, maintain balance, and contribute to a polished professional appearance. Now depending on the design of a poster, the margin can vary from minimal to extreme, where there may be a lot of space around the poster and push up the space around elements for clarity and impact. Next we have grids. Now grids in poster design are the invisible architects, and these will typically be structured inside the margin space. Grids bring order, alignment and balance to elements, ensuring a harmonious layout. A very important part of what makes up the anatomy of poster design, grids provide structure, guiding the eye through information and creating a visually appealing and cohesive design. Now, in poster design, there are a variety of grids you can use, such as column grids, baseline grids, modular grids, hierarchical grids, diagonal grids, axial grids, and radial grids. Now, I won't go into too much detail in this video about each of these grids, as there is a lot to unpack and a lot to learn. I have an entire video that goes into depth about each of these grids, so if you want to learn more about the types of poster grids, check the video link in the description. So keep in mind that one of the key parts of the anatomy of poster design is the foundation, which consists of surface area, margin, and grids. So next comes the part of poster anatomy that I'm sure you will all be familiar with. The next key part is visual elements. So one of the most fundamental and striking visual elements in poster design is color. The color palette in poster design is a powerhouse. It sets the mood, conveys emotions, and captures attention. A well-chosen palette not only enhances aesthetics, but can also communicate a message effectively. It's the visual language that speaks volumes before a single word is read. Next, we have another simple but important part of poster design. From simple vector lines to a box or a circle frame, shapes in poster design are visual cues, conveying meaning and enhancing aesthetics. From geometric precision to organic forms, they create balance, evoke emotions, and contribute to a memorable, engaging design, and can help support and structure content in a layout. Next, we have one of the most important parts of poster design. Now, a single image can speak 1,000 words. Images in poster design are the heartbeat of visual communication. They are the universal language. They evoke emotions, tell stories, and immediately grab attention. A compelling image is a gateway to the message, instantly connecting with the audience. Images transform a poster from words on paper to an immersive visual experience. Next, we have typography, which again is one of the most important parts of poster design. Typography is a silent storyteller. It guides the viewer, communicates tone, and enhances visual appeal, and like images, can be used to immediately grab attention. The right fonts create a memorable and cohesive design, and when used dynamically, can turn words into art. Next, we have something that can help set the mood and tone of a poster design, and that is the surface texture. Now, surface texture in poster design adds a tactile dimension, elevating the viewer's experience. Whether smooth or textured or a pattern, surface texture engages the senses, creates visual interest, and enhances the overall aesthetic impact. And finally, we have iconography, which can also work as part of a visual language. Icons distill complex ideas into simple, recognizable symbols, conveying messages instantly. They enhance clarity, engage viewers, and elevate the design's communicative power. Icons add simplicity to a design where a less is more approach can be taken. So a key part of the anatomy of poster design is visual elements, which consists of color, shape, image, typography, surface texture, and iconography. So the last part of poster anatomy is composition. Now, it's all well and good to understand the ingredients of a well-cooked dish, but if you do not know how to manage them and use them well together, then you may end up with a sloppy stew instead of a 5-star gourmet dish. The last part of poster anatomy seeks to manage all the previous components in a way that makes a very clear communication. So one of the most fundamental parts of poster design is visual hierarchy. Without a clear sense of visual hierarchy in any visual communication, you are going to end up with a design that is hard to comprehend. Visual hierarchy in poster design guides the viewer seamlessly. Through the strategic use of size, color, and placement, it prioritizes information, ensuring a clear, engaging narrative that captures attention and communicates effectively. So the first part of visual hierarchy starts with the primary hook. The primary hook in poster design is the attention magnet, and typically the first thing one will see. In poster design, this can take the form of an image or typography in the form of a title or headline in an eye-catching, bold display font. The primary hook is the captivating element that draws viewers in, leaving a lasting impression. A compelling hook makes the poster unforgettable and impactful. Now, once you grab the attention, you will need to continue the momentum of communication. Next comes the secondary hook. The secondary hook in poster design complements the primary, sustaining viewer interest. These can take the form of images or typography in the form of a subheader or precede in a smaller font to the header. Whether a clever tagline, subheading, or intriguing detail, it reinforces the message, ensuring a memorable and engaging design. So once the attention is grabbed and the viewer is captivated, the poster will include supportive elements to reinforce and help present the larger narrative and message. Supporting elements in poster design provide the backbone, enhancing an overall impact. These can take the form of typography, paragraphs and pullouts, iconography, images, and surface texture. From borders to background patterns to icons and shapes, such supportive elements can add structure and visual interest and cohesiveness to create a compelling design narrative. Next comes space. Now, space in poster design is the silent communicator. It enhances clarity, separates elements, and influences visual flow. Strategic use of space creates balance, allowing content to shine and captivate. Some poster designs may employ negative space as a key part of the design, helping to guide the viewer's focus. Thoughtful use of space enhances clarity and aesthetics, and gives an overall visual impact to allow visual information to be easily comprehended and digested, and help outline a clear hierarchy. Next comes form. Now this is really about how the overall visual elements are arranged together, which can suggest an idea in itself. After all, posters are seen from a distance and at first glance are seen as a whole before digesting the individual pieces. Whether through geometric precision or organic curves, form adds depth, character and even movement, creating a memorable and visually appealing composition. Next comes call to action. Now a call to action in poster design is the catalyst for engagement. A good CTA transforms design into action. It bridges the visual experience with a specific response, prompting viewers to participate, purchase or inquire. A CTA transforms passive observers into active participants, driving the desired outcome. And finally, we have footer elements. Now, footer elements in poster design provide closure and information continuity. From credits to contact details, they ground the design and offer additional context. Effectively utilized, footers enhance professionalism and ensures a comprehensive viewer experience. Initially, one may think that footer elements are placed at the bottom, but in poster design, they can be placed in the margin space or around the outside on the fringe of the poster design. They might not be the most striking element, but as one moves through and digests the poster information, they will typically move outwards or downwards and observe and comprehend footer elements last. So keep in mind that one of the key parts of the anatomy of poster design is composition, which consists of visual hierarchy, the primary hook, the secondary hook, supportive elements, space, form, call to action, and footer elements. So, in conclusion, as simple as poster design may be, there are lots of aspects one can utilize. Now, it's important to mention that not every single part of the anatomy of poster design needs to be included in one design. Depending on the complexity of your design, you may, for example, take the minimal approach and only use typography, or you may want to use a combination of type and image and make a more complex design. So what can we learn? Well, understanding the anatomy of poster design can help you improve your design game. Using all the visual elements in the right way and understanding strong composition will ensure high quality and success in your visual communication in poster design. The principles you apply in poster design can be applied in any piece of layout design you create. So if you do the basics well, this will prepare you for more complex design challenges. So in application, when you're designing posters, be sure to consider poster anatomy. Feel free to get hold of my poster design checklist, which can help you keep in mind the principles and allow you more time to be creative. Understanding poster anatomy will provide you with a solid foundation and help you elevate your design skills and craft compelling posters with confidence. From now on, every time you see a poster, think of the anatomy of poster design and how all the key parts of poster anatomy have been used to come together. When you observe other designs, ask yourself, what parts of poster anatomy have been used and how well do they work as part of the design? Well, I hope you enjoyed this design theory lesson. If you did, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button to be notified of more design lesson videos like this in future. Now, this video was created for all the members of the GDS Design School community. If you would like to join the GDS Design School community, where we chat about design, give each other feedback, and where I set design challenges, you're all welcome to join for free. Again, link is in the description, and I look forward to seeing you there. So until my next design lesson, unleash your creativity, and I'll see you next time.